Plan like an adult and believe like a child. Come on, you know you love it. You know you do. Because, here's the because, when you plan like an adult, you are focused, you are intent, you are set on your goals. Your thought pattern is that of, I have to do this. My mindset is all set to do it, to move forward, and to create the life you need to take care of your business, take care of the family, and more importantly, just to keep your mindset, what you think you're doing, which is just growing and growing and being more and more and more. But I'm going to give you a little challenge here to take this another step. Take this around the block, so to speak, because I've done this, and you know what? Every time I do it, I change my thinking and I grow a little more. And when I find myself getting in a funk, so to speak, and I'm not growing and I'm not creating and I'm not giving value to the marketplace, like that's the only way you make a business is if you give value. And whenever I do find myself getting in that funk where I'm not creating the greatest content, I create content every single day. But if I find myself in a place where I'm not giving all that I want to give to the marketplace and everything I want to have reveal and to be what do I want to say? A representation of who I am and what I do. I mean, I am a home business owner. I am a mindset coach. I am an inspiration. I create sales funnels. I create work funnels. I create courses. I create. That is basically what I do. I create and I teach and I give. So when I find myself not being where I find I need to be, which, you know what, guys, it happens to all of us. And there's nothing wrong with it because it's just part of nature. It's just part of who we are. You could be the most billion-dollar person in the world and you have these glitches. It just happens. So the key is, when I get in that funk, I change my thinking. I change my actions. I change how I'm creating, because when I get to that point that, okay, I need to create something really amazing for people. I need to encourage people to take that step because it's the best step for them. And I know it is. I can see it. I can tell by the messages I get, and I can tell by how people are posting, and I can tell what they're saying and what they're doing and how much they're struggling. And that's when you find you know that, and you just want to encourage people to, take that step to go forward. So what I do for myself is I go back to believing like a child. When you believe like a child, what is not possible? Nothing, nothing at all. When you believe like a child, everything is possible. You could take an empty teacup and have the best tea party ever. An empty plate, and you've got the best cookies sitting on that empty plate. You could take, oh my gosh, you could take a stick. How many times have you seen little kids with a stick? And they are sword fighting, and they are just being, and they are actually living in that moment. When you believe like a child, plan like an adult, set your plans, set your goals, but then have fun and believe as you're working on them and as you're doing that. And I do this. Like I said, whenever I get in that funk of, okay, my content's not great this week, I'm not getting that, what am I doing wrong? So when I do that, I find that maybe my self-discipline might be a little bit off. And I'm sure you have found that too in whatever you're working on. It's normal for us to get in that funk. It's just, it happens. It happens to all of us. There's nobody out there that it doesn't happen to. So this is just one way that I use to get out of it. And I always focus on, I always set my goals. You guys know I set my goals I set them to go for long periods of time. And then when I finish one, I create a new one. But as I'm working on my goals, I set them with intention, which you have to have intention if you're going to want a goal to come out. I set them with intention, and I work on them. I break them down piece by piece to where I'm working on a little piece at a time. I'm not just overwhelming myself like I used to do. But then when I get in that funk of everything's just not going right, and I'm just, everything's just like, ugh, I've changed my thoughts. And I just think, you know what? When I was a kid, I had so much fun just being and just playing outside, or, just doing and just whatever. And I thought, you know what? And I did this one day. This was long while back. It's been a long time. But when I did this one day, I thought, you know what? What if I imagine that I've got this huge goal? What if I imagine how it's unfolding? What if I imagine how fun it was to create this and to make it happen? And when I did this, I found the answers that I was looking for just by me imagining how fun this goal was to not just create, but to make it come to life and to make it happen. And this is just a little trick, a little tip you can use as you're growing your business. And this is what I've done. And I was teaching this actual system, this strategy, whatever you want to call it. I call it just a fun nick, because it's belief. It's imagination and it's belief. So when you're using the laws of the universe, all the super great laws that the Lord gave us, that when you're using all these laws and they all interconnect together and they all make each other flow and roll and make each other happen, when you're doing that and you add imagination into that kick, it is a win-win. And I found that whenever I'm growing in my business and whenever I'm going to a next plateau, or maybe I'm going to the next level, sometimes I need to give myself a chill pill and just take a break and breathe. Deep breathe in and out slowly, and realize that, you know what? Everything comes with time. Everything in the universe comes to you in time. And it's in the scriptures, ask and receive. The problem that most of us have as adults, kids ask all the time. Kids ask for everything, and they're supposed to. That's what it is. They're supposed to. Well, what stopped us as adults from asking? And it's not just asking, it's how we ask. If you're asking, oh, I really want this, or I really want that, but what is it going to give you in the long term? Why will you be glad to have this? Why will it be great? So when you do this, when you ask with intention and you're open to receiving and you believe that you will get it, you're not going to get it when in your time. You're not going to get it when you want it. You're going to get it when it's right for you. And this is just a result. This is just how it is. I don't have an explanation for it. It's neuroscience. A lot of it's explained that way. And I'm not a scientist. I don't even pretend to be, but I do study it because I like to know how my brain works. I like to know how things are put together. And by doing that, I'm able to see more of my own actions. And then I can share the different things I learn with my team and with people, which is my goal, is to share. So when you keep focusing on I want, and you've heard me say this before, of I want, I need, why didn't I get this? Why can't I get that? Why am I not getting that? It just drives everything else you worked at into a lack. And it just takes everything else and just dumps it in the trash. And it just gives you more and more of what you really don't want. So when you change your vibration and just be carefree for even 20 minutes, even 20 minutes will make a huge difference. And I'm not telling you have to go skip up and down the sidewalk or play jacks or, any of that stuff. I'm just saying, let your mind go. Let it go and just believe like a child. A child believes anything is possible. And I was watching my little grandkids play, and they just had a few toys out, and they were just having the best time ever. And it's imagination, and they were carefree. Nothing was bothering them. I know they're children, and nothing should bother them. But still, when I looked at the vibration that they had going on and how everything was easy, and when they asked for something, it was from the heart. So I thought, you know what? I had that as a child. I know I did. I know I had that ability, and I know I had that vibration. I want it back. And I just learned how to focus my energy to believe that, anything I want is possible. And this was several years ago. My little grandkids are now grown up. They're really big people now. So by doing this, like, oh my gosh, I don't even want to date myself to tell you how many years ago that was. But it was a time when it was an eye-opener. And you know what? At the time, I didn't even realize what I was doing when I was changing that vibration in myself. I didn't even realize what was coming my way and how great it was and how much easier it was to manifest what I wanted. It was so simple. I wanted to move. I wanted to have the right house at the right time, at the right place, and I did. It all fell into place. And I chalk that up to my belief and my motivation and my mindset. So when you do this, I mean, please give it a try. 20 minutes isn't going to kill your timeline. 20 minutes and just be that person. Be carefree. Just let your mindset know that you are in control and that you can believe and you can create. Just like you did when you were a kid, when everything was fun and carefree and everything was awesome. Maybe you didn't have a great childhood. Maybe you didn't get to play a lot or whatever, but you still had those moments. You still had those moments where you were just carefree. Take your business strategies. You won't be able to get great strategies under your belt with making them have the vibration attached to them that you want if you're not in that vibration yourself. So take those strategies, take those systems, take those funnels, whatever you're working on today, or wherever you've got planned to work on for the next week or whatever. Make time as you go to create that vibration of that carefree child, that carefree life. And you too will be surprised at the different things that come your way and the different things that evolve because of the vibration you have put out. And it is true, ask and ye shall receive. I believe that totally because it happens. It happens a lot. It's how you ask and you have to believe. Totally from inside. When you do, and when you put all your ducks in a row and everything is going great and you make it happen, it's mindset. So the power of yourself is your focus, and building the business you want and taking care of your family, that's all part of it, but don't let it be a brick that weighs you down. Don't let the stress of building a home business, it is stressful. It is very stressful, and it takes a lot of work, a lot of work. Don't let that hold you down, and don't let that take away from the fun you could be having. Make each course you create, make each sales funnel you make it all come together for you because you wanted to make it the best you can be. And have your vibration in it. Have what you want and you can share with others and keep it going that way. Okay? I put a training up here for you guys, and you know what? It is $1. Don't be surprised. You don't have to message me and say, is this a typo? Did you mess up on this or anything? No, I didn't. Oh, I did not. It is $1. So get in there, take advantage of this. And you know what? Attraction marketing is the best way. You don't have to hunt people down. You don't have to strive to get people. People come to you. And that's what you want. You don't want stress. You want people to come to you because of the value you give and to what you're putting out into the marketplace. The more you give to the marketplace, the more value you put out, the more you will receive back. Okay, friends, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. And this is really important. We want to grow this channel, so I encourage you to do that for me, please. And for you too, because you can get the dinger bell thing. It's right over here. And you can get notices when I do things. Great, huh? Okay. Again, plan like an adult, but believe like a child. I love this. Talk to you later.